So that's just one of these confusing things about life, you know. I'm listening to that. I'm thinking about that song, like by The Offspring, and it reminds me of a couple different things actually. And one of the things it reminds me of is that I'm not like a perfect person, you know. If I remember like my childhood, or you know, when I was a really young kid, when I was like 5 years old, I took a pair of roller skates and I started roller skating around in the street because I thought one of the most interesting things about Santa Barbara was the bicycle riders, that they ride their bicycle in the street. They don't just use the sidewalk, they ride it in the street just like the cars. And so I had a pair of roller skates and I was roller skating around like in the street in Santa Barbara. And then the cars was like, you know, doing this thing around me, slowing down a little bit, like, and I had to go home, and I was thinking to myself, you know, that might have been a little bit out of my league, you know. Um, why wouldn't we just why wouldn't anybody never just be like these perfect people? Is what I think we're talking about, you know. There's people have childhoods, you know, and if you look at your own life, then you could say to yourself, you know, that's true. I'm just not a perfect person, you know. I'm just not a perfect person. I I made mistakes. I'm not a perfect person. I I'm lucky to be alive. Like, I'm not a perfect person. Like, so why should I believe in Jesus Christ? That's 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 got to be something that you understand. Like, that's not what you think you're talking about. You know. Um, why would that be what we're talking about? You know. Um, I don't know why Spanish Americans have a difficult time in some of our job positions, in some of the job positions in California. And so what? Like, if there's a responsibility, then what does that responsibility indicate? It indicates a responsibility. You know what I mean? It indicates a responsibility. The responsibility indicates a responsibility about these job positions in California. You know, no, come back inside the store. You're not supposed to be outside the store. What do you mean I'm not supposed to be outside? What do you mean I'm not supposed to be outside? No, that's a home. You know, that's a. You don't need to do that for some homeless guy. You don't need to be out there with some homeless guy. And like, this is something that so many people miss out on. So many people miss out on this thing. Like, in California, that's the one. That's the one. Come back. No, you're not. No, come back. No, you don't need to be outside. You don't need to be out there with that guy. That's the one. You know what I mean? It's not the other one. Whatever, you know, it's the same one. It's the same thing. It's the responsibility. You know what I mean?